Alright, y'all, we back with another one. This is High Time Reviews. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. So we're going to talk about Season 2 of House of the Dragon, Episode 1, A Son for a Son. It was a lot. It was a lot, but then it wasn't. You know, the episode coming off the heels of that amazing finale where we end up losing one of our Team Black members. We lose Lucerys Targaryen, which is Rhaenyra's bastard son, you know, with the black hair. So of course, basically everybody's pissed off. You got Daemon's pissed off, Rhaenyra's pissed off, Rhaenys, she's pissed off. I'm sure Rhaenys is more pissed off because she probably felt like she could have avoided this whole shit had she just killed Aegon at his crowning. But we're not gonna get into that. We're just gonna move right along. So of course the episode starts with Jake, which is Rhaenyra's other son, because if you remember, one was going one way and one was going to Winterfell. So we're back with Jake, and he's just touched down in Winterfell. He's meeting up with Craig and Stark, and basically he's looking for soldiers. Because once Aemon killed Luke, we knew it was a war. You could literally see it in Rhaenyra's eyes on the end of the finale. You knew it was going to be a war. And then they rolled out the perfect promo, the black versus the greens, the Instagrams, the trailers, all that. I loved it. HBO, chef kiss. Y'all did that. Once he basically gets the Starks to pledge their allegiance to Rhaenyra, he gets out of there. It ain't no sense in him sticking around and staying for tea and crumpets. No, it's time to go. We need to go get more people, more soldiers, more people willing to stand and fight for the blacks, because the greens, they got the whole entire Kingsguard. They have the entire 7 kingdoms basically at their disposal for now. Like, to me, they have the advantage. Of course, Rhaenyra is not on the scene right now because she's flying around trying to find Luke's remains. I get that. That's her son. He died Dragonback. She wants to make sure that he's actually dead. She needs confirmation, because if she pulls the trigger on a war, she wants to make sure that, oh yeah, this is worth it. Like, you killed my son. Like, mind you, if you guys remember the finale, I felt like they was playing cat and mouse at first, and then fucking Aemon couldn't control that big ass dragon. Like, first of all, he didn't have no business riding it in the first place. He didn't, because it was supposed to belong to either Baela or the other sister. It was supposed to belong to one of them because that was their mother's dragon, Daemon's ex-wife. But no, fucking Aemon went in there and stole the damn dragon, and honestly, that's what sparked the whole shit. Like, that's how he lost the eye. That's how basically him stealing that dragon sparked everything, because they wouldn't have got into the fist fight that led to him losing his eye. So there you have it. Kristen Cole, why Kristen Cole? Why are you eating out Alicent, sir? I understand you pledged your allegiance to her last season, but that was only because you got curved by Rhaenyra. So you're pretty much just an opportunist for real. I don't like his character. You probably won't hear me say any good things about him because he's done nothing good. Aegon. So we're gonna get into Aegon. Hold on. We're not even gonna answer that right now, so we're gonna get into Aegon, newly crowned king, Viserys' son, the one who stole the throne. Mind you, I'm not even 100% sure that he wanted to play a part in this whole shit with the throne stealing, because he just got set in it because of something that Viserys said to Alicent on her deathbed. On his deathbed, excuse me. Okay, so we're just listening to dying people now. If it ain't written in a will from a dead person, I don't think I can believe it. Stamped by a lawyer and all that shit. So you have Aegon busting into his wife's room, who happens to be his sister as well, looking for his son. And again, how are none of these people... how do these people not have any type of mental imbalances? Because they're all family and they're all sleep. Like, literally, that is his literal sister wife, y'all. Like, sister wife. And then you had kids with her. You don't think that's weird, my friend? But again, I understand that's how the Targaryens get down. I would let them have it. I'm gonna let them have it. That would probably explain why Dany's brother was rubbing all on her in them earlier episodes of Game of Thrones. So whatever. And I mean, you end up meeting this rat catcher because Helena is like complaining about the mice in the kingdom. My whole thing is, bro, where y'all live would give me that y'all would have rats. I feel like this was before like pest control was around and all that good shit. So why wouldn't you have rats? You're not scared of the rats. You're scared of what's about to come. You didn't even want him to take the kid to the small council meeting because you don't want your kid involved. So you know this whole thing is not about to go well. So Daemon comes up with a plan. He's going to King's Landing. He's going to King's Landing, and of course, he's probably going to go do some dumb shit. It's Daemon. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't Daemon do something dumb? He tried to get Rhaenys to go, and she pretty much told him, bro, I'm not going. I'm not going with you to be playing around with people, causing more fucking drama and confusion. Because, Daemon, you're acting like you didn't have a whole spy of a wife last season. And now you got her all tied up in a dungeon on a boat. And that, I'm sure that's one of Corliss's boats. You know, one of the only few black people on the show. Mind you, I love that they expand, you know, the races this year, you know, because like I felt like with Game of Thrones, it just wasn't ever enough black people. It wasn't. I just never felt like it was enough black people in the original Game of Thrones. So I'm super excited that we have like a cast, an ensemble cast of black people. You know, let me not say an ensemble cast because it ain't that many. I'd say what you got: Corlys, this dude Alan Hall, who saved him last year. That's 2 black people. His son that he had with Rhaenys, who couldn't bear children with Rhaenyra to save their lives, literally. Y'all couldn't bear one child together? Not one. Just to get everybody off your back. You literally would rather let people run with a rumor about your kids being bastards than to just have one kid with this guy. Well, it couldn't have been because he was gay. Because even then, he could have gave her just the one. I don't know. Whatever. Now, Otto, one thing about Otto is he keeps the wheels turning. Not one of my favorite characters, but I do like that he's somewhat of a mastermind. It's not a positive mastermind. He's definitely an evil mastermind. He orchestrated this whole thing to get his grandson on the throne, mostly just for clout for himself. He wants to be Tywin Lannister, but he's not. He's not. There's not even many Lannisters on the show currently right now. But the set of twins that they do have on here, they get pretty much wealthy, like the Lannisters of previous days. They appear that they pay their debts as well too. You also have your Littlefinger character, but he has like a foot situation. He's always plotting. I don't know what his game plan was this episode. I think he was just trying to secure himself if shit go left, and he wants to make sure he's gonna be good. Alicent probably could never imagine that they would be in this situation. So Aegon ends up hiring rat catchers to sweep the palace. Now, perfect plan, because Daemon sneaks to King's Landing, mind you. Perfect plan. He sneaks to King's Landing. He ends up getting to the gate. And here's my thing with Daemon. Here's my thing with any Targaryen trying to sneak somewhere. Are you gonna dye your hair or put a hat on or anything? Because with your family being known for the white hair, as soon as I see a person with white hair, I'm going to assume it's a Targaryen. You know, so I don't understand how Damon would even think that this would even be a sufficient plan. So, again, like I said, Rhaenyra's still not on site. She's still roaming around. She ends up finding the remains of her son. She flies in dragon back, scares all the damn people in the area. Of course, she brings everything back, and you know they have a proper funeral for Lucerys. And in her small council meeting, upon her arrival, she basically told them like, "I want Aemon," and I feel like her saying that literally gave Damon ammunition for any stupid ass idea he had in his mind. Like her saying that was like, okay, let me think of a strategic plan to get this man. Not let me just fly to King's Landing, sneak up to the gate, pay the dude at the gate, and just because he don't like the greens either, you were able to get in. Now that could have went completely different. It worked out for him, but it could have went different. Damon, you could have went to that gate, tried to bribe that man at that gate, and he could have either killed you, stole your money, or stole your money, beat you up a little bit, and ratted you out. So once he gets his companion, his compadre, at the fence to let him in, they devise a plan. He finds out about the rat keeper. So he takes the guy that let him through the gate, and he links him up with the rat keeper, and then he has them sneak into the red keep. I mean, honestly, it was a great plan because they did like an initial walkthrough, especially the first rat trapper. He had already been working the site because Helena was so afraid of the rats, so it was perfect, and all could have went well because, like I said, Damon basically hired them to do the job that he wanted to do himself, but he knew that he couldn't get caught there with the white hair trying to kill Aemon. So he sends these two dust buckets in to do the work for him. And of course they don't do it, right? They sneak in. Granted, they dress like rat keepers. They trying to give off. Listen. I would have believed that they were there to get the rats. I would have. They looked the part. They get in there. They split up. He's like, okay, at least lay traps so that you look like you're actually doing your job. Okay, so they split up. After a while, then you hear like a voice. The one dude, the bigger guy, I can't remember because the two dudes' names were Blood and Cheese. I believe the bigger dude is named Blood, and the original rat keeper is Cheese. So Blood runs back into the room. This man has Helena at knife point. I said, see, there go Damon's stupid ass plan. Already falling apart. So Blood is like, look, that's not what we here for. The prince told us, son for a son. Do that look like a son? He like, nah, but this the future queen. Like, why can't I take her? And he proceeds to notice that she has two kids, one boy, one girl. So of course at knife point he's asking her like, which one is the heir? Which one is the heir? Because that's the one we're gonna kill. And honestly, I've watched this episode a few times, and the thing I noticed about Helena in this episode is she was completely okay giving up her son. She said anything to keep my kid out of this bullshit, even if it meant letting him be killed as part of the war, just to make sure that her son was safe from all the bullshit that happens as a result of chasing the throne. So, of course, them niggas came to do a job. They slaughter her son right in front of her because she gave up the son. And it's funny because Blood initially thought she was lying. Cheese looked at her. He could look at her in the eye and tell that she gave up the right child. He said, she ain't lying. That's the son. And sure enough, killed that kid in a bed. In a bed. She snatched the door to run out the room. She run to Allison room. Allison in there riding crispy cold. I said, okay. I said, this is probably the worst thing she could have walked in and seen. After her son just got slaughtered. Mind you, she gave up the kid. Let's not forget that part, okay? I don't want anybody to forget that part. We do not feel bad for Helena, okay? She did what she felt like she had to do. Remember that. Yeah, so she walks in and she sees Cole cracking her mom, and she jumps off and she's like, oh, but the daughter clearly already knew you were smashing Crispy because she didn't seem too shocked by that part. You were the only one acting shocked, Allison. Everyone knows. Your dad even peeped it in the small council meeting. Y'all came in together. He peeped it. So, I mean, that was episode 1. We're going to see if Damon's plan is a good look or not. Because now, not only are you a kin slayer of sorts, but you're also a child slayer. So, Damon, good luck. We'll see how it plays out for real, because that doesn't make Rhaenyra look... I don't know. Listen, guys, just make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all watching me. HighTimez out.